Hey everybody, and welcome to Reality Check, space exploration. There's not a sci-fi fan in the world who hasn't dreamed of hopping into a spaceship and then taking to the stars. You might say it's the final frontier. And speaking of frontier, the Cambridge-based development team are the creators of Elite Dangerous. This third installment in the seminal gaming series allows players to play in and explore the entire of our Milky Way galaxy. That's right, 100 billion star systems at your gaming fingertips. You can even use an Oculus Rift headset too for full immersion. It's essentially like putting your head directly in space, except, you know, without all the dying. Now, a few months ago, I sat down with David Braben. He's the CEO of Frontier and also the co-writer on the whole Elite series. Now, I intended to speak to him about how you create a game world that big and also what you could actually do in it, you know, video gamey stuff. But instead, we talked science for 2 hours. And the amount of it in this game completely blew me away. And I think it'll do the same for you too. So, strap in, charge up your faster than light drive, and prepare to jump. Zipping around our gargantuan galaxy in mere minutes is not something we can currently do in real life. Hell, it takes around 8 months just to get to Mars, one way, our next door neighbor planet. So obviously the science can't be completely true to life. So I asked David, where do you even start with a predicament like this?
One great lie, which is one bit of science that you sadly have to suspend to make it a great game. Travelling faster than light. We have the ability to travel at superluminary speeds by essentially contracting the world as part of this hyperspace. The distances are so big, you need to travel at huge speeds to be able to cover them in a meaningful time. Once you have that, you can then explore the galaxy. Without it, exploring the galaxy is a much, much bigger challenge. I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's not practical within single human lifetimes. It brings that wonder of space. It means we can have space being accurate in all other respects. You know, the real sizes of systems be really, truly giant, properly orbiting each other and all those sort of things. I mean, even at the speed of light, the nearest star is over 4 years away. So, yeah, that's a hell of a gaming session. So I think the point really is you do need to do something like this.
Okay, no argument there. Everyone loves a good lie anyway. But where do you go from there? What is the key to creating a really compelling science fiction?
I think it has to be consistent and self-consistent. So everything else is as scientifically accurate as we can make it. No artificial gravity, none of that sort of thing. Our space stations rotate to give you perceived gravity by centripetal force, you know, and they're rotating at the right rate. We've also thought of how the ships dock, because actually you don't want to dock in 1 gravity. We think about 0.1 gravity is the best, because it's still easy to land, you've got gravity to settle you down, but if you mess it up, things happen a lot less seriously. You know, it's like landing on the moon or whatever. But also, I could probably pick up a ton weight. I couldn't do that in a normal, you know, so you could, if you needed to, manhandle cargo around. So that's why it's at the centre of the space station, centre of the hub on the sort of conventional, what I call steering wheel stations.
What about getting around? In real life, distance is not the only limiting factor for space exploration. There is also the matter of power. So, how does the world of Elite Dangerous account for this while maintaining a scientifically plausible game world?
So, one of the things that I think it's an assumption rather than an abuse of science. We have assumed that the ability to fuse hydrogen is commonplace. So we have relatively cheap fusion reactions. We know exactly how big they are, how much power you get from them, because they are actually in your spaceships. So it's assumptions like that, and then say, well, all right, once we've got essentially vast amounts of energy for free, which we have to assume anyway if the spaceships are zipping around, then would you bother with so many other things? You would do, you know, hydroponics, you can just do sun levels of light inside a station very easily. You know, so it's all that sort of, you know, lots of things follow naturally.
So tell me, what do you make of this sci-fi world? Perhaps you're already exploring the Milky Way in Elite Dangerous, or maybe you're worried that some of this scientific accuracy might get in the way of some of the fun. Either way, let me know in the comments down below or by tweeting directly at me at CamFrazRob. We'll be back next week, in fact, next year, for more Reality Check. See you then.